Good evening, everyone. Great news. I think we've actually figured out the moisture problem that we're having with the walls and the roof. The good news is I think it's solvable. So this to me is very scary. If we would have been more on the ball and had our solar system hooked up to an inverter like we wanted and actually should have had all the electricity flushed out, this could have burnt the house down. Alright, so now on to what we believe it was. Right here we have a humidity meter. It's 54% humidity. Long story short, we believe it is the heater, the propane heater that we have, causing the issue. We've been doing some research. Bianca did pretty much all of it, and she found a lot of people with tiny houses that had moisture buildup problems. A lot of the tiny houses I've seen don't really have venting. It's just pretty simple, vent-free, small heaters because it's such a small space. Bianca got a ginormous heater. So ginormous that if you look in the reflection of this window, it's right here and has a huge footprint. You see that? You see it glowing? That's how big the heater is. It has been so cold here that our heater had been running all night long. It never turned off. We think that the propane exhaust, which is very, very high in moisture content with no carbon monoxide, that's why it's vent-free, was building up on the ceiling and beating on the inside and running down the joists. Sorry, not the joists, running down the rafters. When we came in, this number here, this is humidity, and the number on the top right is temperature. Goodness. Outside was 10 degrees. Inside was 48. So the double pane windows we installed already worked immensely. The other day I checked it and it was only a 10-degree difference inside versus outside. Now, the relative humidity was at 50%. When I turned on the heater, this number, the 50, immediately started rising. And eventually it hit like 56%, and it had only raised it a few degrees. I then turned on a box fan, like a 12-inch box fan, and I'm watching it kind of battle back and forth with the humidity. This sensor's all the way up in the loft. Now, I'm hoping that what we can do is raise the temperature enough to a comfortable level and then kill the heater. And then with the new double pane windows, it will actually stay off. And regardless of the temperature outside, I'm hoping that the temperature will now stay in the house, at least longer. Long enough now, hopefully, that the heater doesn't kick on so much that it condenses on the inside of the house. If we would have had drywall, I don't think we would have noticed this as badly. We would have just seen the water running down the drywall, kind of like in the bathroom, after you take a shower or something like that. But, yeah, that's the update for now. I think it's great news. We're going to mess with it. We got a dehumidifier on the way. We're hoping that if we can eliminate the humidity from the equation, it will help prove if it's, a roof defect or not. So here's hoping that I can get the temperature up, turn the heater off, let the fan cut the humidity down to a comfortable level, and stop the condensation. Once we do that, we should be able to figure it out. Alright, I almost forgot the other set of amazing news. I think I solved the generator issue. So, it's not as cold as it was earlier, but it's almost 15 degrees. It was about 13 degrees a little while ago when we got home. This was inside the porch, so maybe it just hasn't dropped in the actual air out here yet, but the fact of the matter is, it's been about this cold the past week when I've been having the issues. I went to change the oil when I got home, because I've been doing a little reading about people having problems with stalling, and it all pointed to the oil weight. So I've been running 10W30 in my generator, and when I changed the oil, I pulled the drain plug, and it was like honey. I've never seen anything like it. It formed a thin hair that... Look at this. This is how cold it is out here right now. It formed a thin hair that barely drizzled down. And it took almost 20 minutes to empty the oil out of the crankcase. So I then got a special oil that was 020, and that's what people use in their snowmobiles. And so it's specifically, they say, for cold environments and extreme environments. Before I drained the old oil out, I couldn't even start the generator tonight. I hope I'm not yelling too loud because the generator's right here. I can barely hear myself. But no, I couldn't even start the generator. It was really hard to pull. It wasn't lubricated or anything, or it felt like it. It was just very thick and sludgy inside. So after I waited the 20 minutes finally and got all the old oil out, I got this stuff I'm going to grab and added it to the generator. Okay, so the stuff on the left is what I was using, and the stuff on the right is what I'm using tonight. Now, after I added this stuff on the right here in the black container, it didn't start right up. It took a few pulls, but it started. And my goodness, it didn't stutter under load, nothing at all like that's happening. And so I'm excited, and I think I may have stumbled upon the solution. So hooray, internet. Thanks for everyone talking about your problems on forums and letting me search it up, because yeah, that's a random one. It's really cold out here. It's time for me to go back inside. Everyone, have a wonderful Wednesday. This is a big week for me, so we'll see what else changes around here. Have a good one. My God, I need to come back in here and clean up all this oil and rags.